Well, hello and welcome to Zagreb in Croatia and our coverage of the Men's European Handball Championships. It's the final day of matches in the main round here in the Arena Zagreb as France prepare to take on the hosts Croatia in Group 1. It is finally poised here. What an afternoon it has been. 3 matches here today. At the start, 4 teams were in contention, but now, courtesy of Norway's earlier win against Sweden, 28-25, France are certain to go through to the semis. Croatia need to get a point out of the bag here today. Back to the wall start for the Croatian team as France come out and get the traditional Zagreb welcome. France, the only team with a 100% record in the competition. They have won all their matches so far, and they have a long, long history against Croatia. It will not be forgotten, of course, that it was in this very arena that in 2009 France beat Croatia to win yet another one of their World Championship titles. In those days, Dinar there, the coach, was a player. Today, he is the mastermind. Big cheer now as on come Croatia. Led out by Igor Vori, who was in that match in 2009. He is, in fact, one of 7 players who remain from that team. They've played each other 22 times. Croatia have won 8, France 13 and 1 draw. In the European Championships, it's 7-2 to France with a draw. And they have met 3 times in major finals. We mentioned 2009, the World Championships. They met in the 95 World Championship final in Iceland. That was France's first World Championship title when they won 23-19. And at the European Championships in 2010, France won 25-21. But they're not there yet. This is all about getting to the semi-final. Lino Shervar, the coach we just saw, the old fox, he's got so many tricks up his sleeve. So France being introduced. New look World Championship France, the only team, as I said, with a 100% record. On the opening day, they had a last gasp win against Norway in what was a repeat of last year's World Championship title. They followed that up with wins against Austria and Belarus. As Nikola Karabatic jumping there, gets a big boo from the crowd. He is, of course, the big star of the team. And in the main round, France beat Sweden 23-17 and then Serbia 39-30 to make sure they came in here with maximum points. Luka Karabatic there in the middle, the beard at the back. He is the younger brother of Nikola Karabatic. The French fans are here. And although France are already in the semi-final, they still stand between Croatia and their place in the semi-final. Sweden have the better goal difference if it comes to it, and if they were to lose here today. Didier Dinard, impassive, Mr. Coolness himself. He was the defensive pillar of the team in his playing days. Now he is the mastermind from the side. Big cheer now for Croatia. He started the preliminary round in Split with a big 32-22 win over neighbour Serbia. But in the process, they lost their playmaker Dunjak to a calf injury. They had solid wins otherwise against Iceland 29-22, then slipped up against Sweden 31-35 on the 3rd and final day of the preliminary stages, and that's caused them the problems. In the main round, they've beaten Belarus 25-23 and Norway 32-28, but here today, they need a point. It's as simple as that. If they lose this match, they will lose out to Sweden in the semi-final. Jakob Gujun, the big defense specialist. Horvat, captain of the team when they lost here in 2009 to France. Karadzic, who together with Sindric has picked up the central playmaking duties after Dunjak's injury. Not to mention, of course, that they are going through transitions themselves. Strelec is having a superb championship, 19 goals. Čupić. The last few players being introduced. Croatia finished behind Sweden in their preliminary stage, but now find themselves second in the group, but in danger of going out nevertheless. There is Lino Šerva, second stint in charge of Croatia. We're just about ready. The referees for today, hugely experienced pairing of Lars Geipel and Markus Helbig from Germany. They refereed the World Championship semi-final last year when France beat Slovenia. The staff on the table get their moment. And after that is done, it will be time for the national anthems. Incredible atmosphere in this arena, Zagreb. 15,000 spectators. It's going to be hot. So the anthems, and it will be France first. French fans singing along, but drowned out by the Croatian audience, and now the anthem of Croatia. Huge cheer in the arena here to try and lift their team to that point they need. Lino Šerva and Didier Dinard, all smiles. In 1 hour though, just over. Will it still be smiles all round? Last time these two teams met was at the Rio Olympic Games. Croatia won 29-28. And at the European Championships 2 years ago, it was France who won 23-19, although Croatia went on to take bronze. France missed out on that occasion. Flag is out. So nicely poised this after Sweden slipped up in their earlier game for Croatia with Dunjak's opening danger. Sindrić has tended to cover the centre. Should start with probably Mamic and Stepancic at the back, Čupić and Strelec on the wings. There is Sindrić, 61% efficiency for his 22 goals in the competition so far for the playmaker who plays in Macedonia for Vardar Skopje. For France, well, they may need experience today to get the match underway. Well, could come in at right back with Abalo on the right wing instead. Nikola Karabatic will go to the left back position where they've had a catastrophic list of injuries. But that man there is on brilliant form. Vincent Gérard, who's made 55 saves, a 40% save rate in the competition, including 19 against Sweden. But he did pick up an injury to his left thumb. We're told it's okay and he's fine, he's strapped up, we'll get by. Didier Dinard, who's gone from playing hero to coaching hero for France, hoping to lead them to maximum points here, but that would, of course, break Croatian and Šerva's heart if they couldn't make it to the last four in their home competition. Will the crowd be a positive or a negative for the Croatian team? Will it be too much pressure? Good, we have two very experienced referees in Lars Geipel there and Markus Helbig in charge today. Croatians are asking if they can have a touch of the ball before France throw off, and France oblige. This is going to be so hot. What a game to finish off the main round in Group 1 in Zagreb. The old enemies. Here we go then, France throw off this Group 1 main round match against Croatia. The home team today playing in all red in Arena Zagreb. At stake, a place in the semi-final. France are certain to be in the semi-final. Croatia need a point at least in this match to overhaul Sweden. If they lose, they are out. Karabatic then in the centre, Mae. And as suspected, Porte has come in at right back. He's been playing right wing, but he's comfortable on the right back position, and they want a bit of experience because of this hot atmosphere. First attack after that shot went wide. Vincent Gérard makes the first save. Sorrento sent flying to the floor, but play on, says the referee, Guigou. No way through there, and the Croatians are pumped up here, you can feel it. And belatedly, it's the yellow card. The referee's waiting for the right moment to do it for Zeljko Musa, who decked Sorrento, who says no harm done, he can take it. Sorrento, the new captain of the French team, there was the shot and save. And there, Sorrento picking up the loose ball. We've had plenty of action already. We're inside the opening minute. Booing and whistling for the French attack. So Porte to bring a bit of experience at the right back position. Karabatic, who because of all the problems at left back. They've stolen it. Sindrić, opening goal to Croatia. And you can't hear yourself think in the arena. Abalo comes around, he's got it. Dicamem has been thrown into it now. So a quick switch, that didn't last long. Dicamem and Porte will be pushed back into the wing. Dicamem, I was wondering if maybe they'd be concerned. He's only 20, plays for Barcelona. Did well, Sorrento getting in behind. Whole bench are on their feet, including Tourna at the back, the new generation of line player for France. Sorrento, who seems to have a direct line to Karabatic, as we see Sindrić's goal earlier. (1-1). Sindrić in the middle. Stepancic has started at right back. 20 goals in the competition so far for the number 7. Sorrento, solid in defence, but not always the quickest coming in. Into the wing! Beats Gérard. Strelec. 29-year-old winger who plays for Kielce in Poland. There it is. Just smuggled past the keeper. A little bit of spin on it to help it around. That was class. So Karabatic, Mae, Mem at right back. Porte briefly playing in that position, but they've switched back again. Oh, brilliant. Mae, long-range effort by the 26-year-olds, just 1.86 m. Plays for Flensburg. He's straight off, not being used in defence at the moment. So it is Stevanovic who started in goal today and who's beaten. Mae, the scorer. So much at stake for Croatia. On the left side, no surprise that it is Mamic who starts. 13 goals from 17 attempts in the competition so far. Musa drops out and comes back in again. Sindrić, straight through. What an amazing player he is. And Dunjak, the regular playmaker, injured on the opening day. Even he has to stand and applaud that. Nikola Karabatic, straight through. Only gets the free throws. He shoots left-handed. Couldn't switch the ball back to his shooting hand. Nikola Karabatic, who has scored 1,165 goals. As we see Sindrić's last effort there against Dicamem. 3-2. Nicola Karabatic, Dikamem, who's got a big shot, yes, bounced around. 20-year-old, quickly picked up by Barcelona, who saw the talent there. 39 goals for France in 21 appearances. Dikamem, he's just starting on his journey. Nicola Karabatic has been there and done it for France. Dipanda is coming in defence all the time for May. He's been such a strong defender for France. Sorrento at the front. Karabatic pushes up again. Stepancic waiting for the moment to drive in. As Moussa goes in, so Sorrento will pick him up. He's got a bit of space. Good save, Vincent Gérard. Second save of the game for the French keeper. Back they come again, and the whistles resume from the crowd. Karabatic. Dipanda still hasn't had time to come out from defence. Karabatic again looking for the line. There's no way through, and a chance now for Dipanda to swap. It's the last match in the group. Mem. May back on now as Dipanda has gone off. Guigou waiting deep. And it is interesting that they chose not to bring in Abalou. Passive play has been called. 6 passes. Mem, oh, again, same side. Brilliant goal. Second one for the 20-year-old. And Dinao looks on impassive. Again, the change is made. Dipanda has come on. May is off. Stepancic waiting. Sindric teeing up. He'll switch now. Mamic comes around. He's in the middle. Igor Vori, the captain, not starting these matches when you've got a player like Moussa. Such a presence on the line, Moussa. Dipanda gives away the free throw. 6.5 minutes played. France are leading 4-3. Sindric, sweat pouring off his arms, comes for the towel. Little hand off. Defense comes out quickly. Moussa gets away. Mem manages to cover, does well to just give away the free throw. Ball is stolen. Karabatic looks for support. Mem. Dipanda. Ah, Stevanovic touches, but he can't keep it out. And Dipanda on a rare foray forwards in attack. The work done though by Karabatic, who stepped out and stole the ball from under the nose of Stepancic. Quick exchange. Mem using Karabatic as a screen. And Stevanovic can't quite believe it. Touched it, but you get nothing for that. And France edge in front. Straight through to the line. Nicely done. Marino Maric's appearance makes an impact straight away. Two line players working for Croatia. Brought down. It's going to be a free throw as Moussa gets a talking to from the referee, Lars Geipel. Clock has been stopped, but you can barely hear yourself think. There's Dikamem. What a moment for him. He was in the World Championship team last year that took gold on home soil, but only came into the team when Luka Karabatic was injured on the opening day. Dino Sherva is trying to tweak the attack to open the gap. Stevanovic. A win, of course, for Croatia sees them finish top of the group. To avoid an encounter with the Danes. Won the other group. Karabatic, well stolen. Croatia have possession. Stepancic getting a hand in there and taking it from under the nose of the French captain. Sindric, straight through. And it's a 2-minute suspension for Karabatic as well. As Mamic scores. There was the initial feed and the steal. Maybe trying too hard to get the ball in. And there was the foul that resulted in a 2-minute suspension for the French left back. Well, what a moment for Lagarde, the number 7 for France. He only came in 2 matches ago. 20 years of age, only 8 internationals under his belt. Came in for Nguessan. France, who've had a catastrophic list of injuries on the left-back position. Acambray, Nyocas, Grébille, and then during the competition, Nguessan. As we see Karabatic there in a big cheer from the crowd as they see him on the bench. Guigou comes around as a second line. Lagarde lets rip with one of his long-range shots. It goes over the top. The break is on. Gérard is back in again, as France had taken him out initially. Dipanda comes off. Well, that's too late. It's a 2-minute suspension. Sindrich has pointed to Dipanda. He accidentally, I think, ran on. He realised straight away. And he gets a 2-minute suspension. And this could spell trouble for France. Double suspension. He wasn't paying attention, Dipanda. He sprinted on. I think it was Mae who came running off to get the goalkeeper on. Instead, Dipanda ran on. There he is trying to sneak off, hoping no one's noticed, but they had. And it's not what you need either, because for a defence specialist, there's a danger. Didier Dinard looks on, still impassive. 9.5 minutes now. The wingers are going to have so much space. And that's finished off nicely by Čupić. And the French completely overstretched. As Čupić celebrates, he had acres of space, the 31-year-old. That's to his 525 goals. France still had 30 seconds to play with a double suspension. The goalkeeper is out. 10 minutes in. And they've had a 3-0 turnaround now, France, against them. Oh, pulled down from the back. Looks back. It's Lagarde. The left back for Nantes. Little pull on the back of the shirt by Stepancic. Helps the clock run down, mind you. Mae, as Sorrento comes back into the frame. They are now just one short. Oh, man! He just saw the opportunity and lets rip with a long-range shot. 6-6. 3 from 3 for the 20-year-old. France, who've had such a great youth program, have picked up numerous medals at European and World Championships in the age group categories. They're currently under-19 world champions and under-21 bronze medalists. Previously held all the records. Into the wing. France are being pulled, though they're still short. Sindrich now tries the other side. There's a huge angle now, and Strelic puts them back in front again with his second goal, and Vori jumps to his feet. So does Horvat. And overlaps the defence comfortably. France are back to full strength again. Could have been worse on the double suspension. They're just one down. Amazing atmosphere in the arena. Mae, Lagarde is still on despite them being back at full strength. Sorrento, nothing given against him. Stevanovic gets the ball out quickly. Sindrich, the wing. Strelic just couldn't quite get there. And Mem manages to steady himself and block. Then moves back to his second place. Stevanovic making his first save of the game. Tried to drop it underneath him, but read it very, very well indeed. Under a lot of pressure, Sorrento. He's happy with that. Might get his confidence boosted. So out comes the goalkeeper. He's done this quite a bit. Lino Cherva. He's attacking 5 against 2. Oh, sorry, 5-2 rather, against the French defence. France, though, undaunted, push up instead. Common wisdom is try and flatten and cover the lines. France don't. Dicamem goes up. Two line players, three across the back. The wingers are waiting very deep. Sindrich goes in. Good save. Mem picks up the empty goal. It's too high and it's too wide. He curses. And a chance goes begging to the delight of the fans. There was the save. Dika Mem turns around. Bit of spin on it. Sent it off to the right. And Ivano Balic there in the Czech shirt. Great legend of Croatian handball. Scored 527 goals in 190 appearances. The break is on. And France score. Ball is stolen. Guigou went down the wing. He was being covered all the way and tracked. Put it back towards the middle. There he was over the line. Good reaction by Nikola Karabatic, and as he's blocked, they thought that was an attacking foul. The referee says no, it's not. And Guigou, the left wing, cut back towards the middle as Shervar still complains. He thought that was an attacking foul. Change in the centre. Sindrich has shifted to the left, although he may stay centre with Karacic coming on. When they've been on together, Karacic has tended to do the left-back position. Ball is stolen. Guigou looks for the quick pass, it's not on. Mem looks for the wing, but Porte needed the ball much, much earlier. As Dipanda comes off, Mae needs to get on quickly, he says. So a couple of chances go begging. Mae! Straight in and straight through. What a game. Second goal for him, straight off the bench, went around, and the defense caught napping as Sorrento was holding back two defenders. Oh dear. Team timeout, Croatia. Can you believe it?
I u obrani igramo 5-1. Bor je drugi pivot, Bori i ovaj Marić. I drugi pivot je, igramo 5-1 zonu. I ulaziš ti unutra, ti se mijenjaš za njime. Ajde! Dobre se, nastavi, ajde! Izdaci! La défense, c'est bien. On continue comme ça. Les 7 comme 6, on reste là-dessus. Par contre, quand vous attaquez vite là-bas, n'oubliez pas qu'il y a Sindrich et Karacic. Vous jouez entre 2 et 3 là-bas. Vous prenez 1, vous prenez rouge, tout ça.
Voilà, il est là. Des fois, je change même pas. Ça leur donne la chance de changer aussi. Reste arrière droit avec Dika demi.
Ok, on est bien les gars, on continue comme ça. Allez,
So it is nicely poised here in the Arena Zagreb. France 8-7 up. Didier Dinard, who's working with assistant coach Guillaume Gilles, both great players of the day. Dinard, twice European champion and Olympic champion, and 3 times world champion as a player. He can add a world championship title as a coach as well. Last year, France on home soil, going all the way through. Great win in Paris against Norway in the final. Copliard has come on now at the right-back position to try and inject a bit of pace onto the attack. He replaces Stepancic. Sindrich, Karacic, no way through. Dipanda gets in front as Vori comes into the frame, and Nikola Karabatic shifts him out of the way. Good save. Vincent Gérard just got a foot down on the shot by Copliard. He plays for Fuchs Berlin. Karabatic under pressure. They was sitting on him almost. Fires it away. And a 2-goal lead for France. First goal of the game for the 33-year-old from Paris Saint-Germain. Copliard pulling on him initially, straight over the shoulder of Stevanovic. Croatia try again with this 5-2 attack. We're midway through the first half. France have been behind. And 2 goals up, then 1 behind. Now they're back 2 in front. It's seesawing. Passive play's been called and a mistake. That's not going to help them at all. They must be on 4 passes by now as Čupić gets the goalkeeper back in again. Good defense. Gigu and Karabatic stay in front. Rather anxious look across the court there by Stipe Mandalinic, who's only played 14 minutes in the entire competition. Been wondering why he hasn't been used more. Scored 5 goals in that time. He's got a huge shot on him, although there may be too ambitious from 11 meters, as Shervar's looking for options in attack. Nikola Karabatic gets the free throws. Once again, Koplia hangs on to him like a coat. Nikola Karabatic, though, he's been there, he's done it. He can take the pressure as Lino Shervar scratches his head. Sorrento returns. For now, Luka Karabatic not been used. He was injured in their warm-up tournaments. And ended up coming in 2 matches ago. Got a red card in his first appearance in the opening minutes. But then settled in very nicely. Stolen. Almost too much resin for Port. But a terrible pass down the court as Mem picks it up. Now Port can make amends. Nikola Karabatic, Mae to the wing. Gigu, inside post, and suddenly the gap is opening and Croatia need to stem the tide. Cuts back, and Stevanovic knew it was going on the inside post. He was offering it and then trying to block it, but couldn't. Gigu's second goal. Got a free throw. Panda looks on a little anxiously. He's already had a 2-minute suspension for that 40 substitution. Mandalinic drops back, plays for Flux Berlin. He's just moved there from Zagreb in October, having scored 49 goals in the Champions League, 45 in the Seha League with Zagreb, and now 6 for Flux Berlin. He's a proven goal scorer, but has been used for only 14 minutes. It may just be, although you might think he's fresh, he could be cold as well. Penalty, defending inside by Remili, who's just come on as they try that 5-2 formation again, and it pays dividends. Remili literally just coming on in the last 15 seconds. Čupić. Faces Girard. Goes underneath him. Coolly done by the 31-year-old pro. And the president of Croatia in the audience there, Kolinda Grabar-Kiratovic. Watching her team get back to within 2. And France changing things around a little bit. Luka Karabatic is coming on the line. He's also a strong defender. Remili has gone in at right back for Dikamem. Remili, who's just 22 years of age, plays at Paris Saint-Germain with the 2 Karabatic brothers. His first action is a mistake. Luckily, 2 steps back to pick up the loose ball. Gigu has it, but passive play is going to come soon. Lagarde. Mae goes wide. Vincent Gérard looking to get across. Čupić, Mandalinic. Is it? No, it's not. Long-range shot. Beautifully done. Quick attack, and Mamic cuts back towards the middle and gets his second goal of the game. 23-year-old who plays for Kielce in Poland, and suddenly the 3-goal lead evaporated with 2 goals from Croatia. They live on. Dinar may have felt with a 3-goal lead it was time to turn the bench a little bit, but the problem for France, of course, it's a new-look team with a lot of young players coming in. Lagarde! Long-range shot. Only his second goal in the competition. He's playing his 3rd match, having been called in as a replacement. Blocked off the defence, but unfairly, say the referees. That's a free throw. So goalkeeper comes off as Maric joins Vori on the line. 5-2 attack. The goalkeeper is out. Nikola Karabatic. He's been told he can go and sit a bit further down. Huge angle. Oh, saved! Vincent Gérard. 5th save of the game for the Frenchman. Made 19 saves against Sweden, and Alilovic appears to be moving up the bench. He's going to replace Stevanovic as he watched this save at the other end. He read it all the way as he reached around. He could see it going to the far post. Mamic into the wing. Trupic. Beautiful. Little broken wrist shot. Strelec, I beg your pardon. Broken wrist shot. France, though, straight back from the off. Dipanda. And no time to catch your breath. Strelec's third goal, quickly followed by Dipanda. Two-goal lead restored. We're past the 20-minute mark. There it was, straight from the throw-off. And the defence simply couldn't close the door quick enough. And Alilovic has just come on court, beaten. He's back off again, though. As back we go to this 5-2 attack. Looking to pass it to the line. The ball is picked up again by Marino Maric, but he can't get himself off the ground. It's going to be a free throw. He did well to hang on to it, as France nearly stole it. Undeterred by this aggressive attack with the extra player, France pushing up a defender at the front. Cochlear, Sindrich tries to go through. The ball is stolen. The break is on. Rimili's got an empty goal. And that's the danger. 5-2's fine until you get stolen. Alilovic, frustrated, stamps his foot as he comes on and goes straight back off again. But Emili, the scorer, his first of the game. 13-10, the three-goal lead restored. Nothing short of a catastrophe for Croatia if they couldn't make it through to their own semi-final. A free throw. Dipanda, who's working like a Trojan at the front of the defence. Sindrich, Mamic. Cochlear, passive play. Mamic on the wrong side now, but goes through straight at the keeper. Too many steps anyway, says the referee, but you can get a free throw. And Vincent Gérard, that won't count as a save. There would have been his fifth otherwise. But he's had 14 shots against him in 22 minutes. The ball is stolen. Remili this time on his own and beats Alilovic, and suddenly France are pulling away here. And it's not the old pros who are doing it either. It's Remili. One of the newcomers to the team. Well, relative newcomers, I should say. 22 years of age. You forget, though, he's done a World and a European Championship already. He scored his 100th goal for France here at these championships, the 22-year-old. Another one of these great finds from the French youth program. Stepancic has returned at the right-back position. Cochlear struggling to find space. Vori, only a free throw. Good defense by Dipanda, who managed to stay rooted to the ground. Smile from Marcus Helbig, who says, no, you didn't manage to turn him. He's got the free throw, though. Sindrich releases. Mamic, yes, bullet shot. Third goal, but still anxious faces in the crowd here. There is a tiny enclave of blue in one corner, French supporters. The rest of the 15,000 arena are singularly behind Croatia. 3 from 3 for Mamic. He too, just 23 years of age, a great find for Croatia. Well, Mandalinic unable to get much change when he came on, but I do think he's probably simply not had enough run out. And there is Nikola Karabatic being given a long break. And just as in their match against Sweden, when they bring on the young players, France still able to maintain the momentum. Port ducks out of the way of the hand. Remili, he's fouled anyway, he'll get the free throw. It's solid defending by Croatia, who are weaving from side to side. Marginally taller team, the Croatians. They do line up a huge defence, though, in the middle. Jakov Goyun, 2 meters and 4. And Vori, 2 meters and 3. Long-range shot. And Remili can do no wrong. 3 from 3. Shoots low, but look at how he crossed it back, all in the wrist. Incredible. 5 minutes to go, and France lead by 4 here in this do-or-die match for Croatia. They need a point against the French, or they will not make it to the semi-final. It will be Sweden. Vori out, drops back in again. Sindrich goes down. And a rather surprised look, and the referee has given 2 minutes to Remili. Let's have a look again. Sindrich comes up to him. He did, he caught him on the chin initially. Remili pleads his innocence, but the camera shows he did catch him in the face. Yeah, I'm sure it was not intentional, but I'm afraid that doesn't make any difference to the decision. So chance here maybe for Croatia to get things going again as Remili comes off for 2 minutes. And Porte maybe pressed into the left-back position as Abalo is warming up. Into the wing, big angle. He wasn't going to miss that one. Strelec, goal number 4. I would say the crowd jumped to their feet as the Swedes look on. So far, so good for them as France lead here, but Strelec pulls one back with that inside post. Strelec, who plays for Kielce in Poland alongside Mamic. So Gerard has come off while they've got the suspension. He's not too happy with how he's left a bit exposed, and indeed Porte has gone in at right back while Remili is off and Abalo comes on. Penalty. And a 2-minute suspension as well, and Jakub Goyun is off. A little shove. Vika Karabatic receives the ball. Goyun is inside, but carries on holding the shirt from behind, and that's where he got into trouble. And so a penalty. Maé steps up. He's scored all 8 of his penalties in the competition so far. Make that 9 from 9. He beats Alilovic, and the French fans cheer. There are so many shots in this match as Alilovic curses. Close, but not close enough. Still then a 4-goal lead for France. 3.5 minutes remaining. Gerard back in again. Stepancic. Both teams are short-handed at the moment. Croatia have taken out their goalkeeper. Stepancic instantly closed down by Gigu, so he couldn't pass into the wing. Oh, empty goal. Porte looks up. How close does he want to go? He wants to go all the way into 6 meters and make absolutely certain. First goal of the game for Valentin Porte. There was the mistake. Abalo not wanting to take the shot himself, and Gigu was screaming, put it into the empty goal. And again, an open shot. Catastrophe for Croatia. It's all gone terribly wrong all of a sudden. Took the goalkeeper out, and they get hit second time running in an empty goal. 3 without reply. Biggest lead yet at +6, undeterred. The goalkeeper is out again, but all it does is level up the numbers because France's suspension is over. Karabatic and Dupanda. It is Karabatic, Luka, I should say, who is in the centre of the defence. France are controlling things nice as we go into the last 2 minutes of the first half. Koplia, Mamic, Karacic. Sindrich is off now. Koplia tries a windmill feint, but Porte gets in his way, and it's a free throw. The suspension is over. Meanwhile, Alilovic has returned in goal at the other end. 167 internationals for his country, the second most experienced player, the goalkeeper, behind Igor Vori, the line player, on 245. Passive play's been called. The ball is out. France on the break. Gigu looks for support. Oh, that could have been superb. But Alilovic pulls the save out of the bag. And chance of Mirko resonates. That was the 8th turnover, and they pay the price at the other end as Coquelin gets his first of the game, and they pull one back. We're inside the last minute of the first half. There was the response, quickly set up. Coquelin breaks through. Coquelin played in Paris for a while, some years back. 40 seconds on the attack, and the crowd, who haven't sat down the entire half, singing their way through this one. Lagarde. And the French young generation looking for the lob, and it's a penalty, defending inside the area with the clock ticking away relentlessly. It has not been stopped. Trupic curses as he comes back. And so Alilovic will face Mae with the impeccable record from 7 meters. To make that 10. As he scores again, 10 from 10, and that is the final action as he restores a 6-goal lead for France at the half-time buzzer. Committed Alilovic, and as he came back up again, shot down the side he'd come from, and Mae, 4th goal of the game. 2nd penalty, and the smiles all round as he looks up at the clock and the buzzer goes. So at half-time in this last match in Group 1 in the main round at Euro 2018, it's France 19, Croatia 13. What a game by France, and they started with the experience, brought in Mehmet right back, and nevertheless were still able to maintain the momentum when the youngsters came on. They've had Lagarde on court. They've had Mem on court, and it has made no difference. The momentum has been maintained. 68% success rate on their attacks, 71% on their shooting, which is the same as Croatia, very economical in both cases. Well, there have been 8 turnovers for Croatia. That's been very expensive, but it's because of the tough defense. 3 for France, who have had 3 2-minute suspensions so far with that tough defending. Just the 1 for Croatia. Fast breaks, though, 6 for France. They have hit them time and again. They actually missed one of them. Croatia have had just the 1. France, though, have a superb record on fast breaks. Mae, top scoring for France with 4. He's matched by Strelec, who's had an excellent first half with 4 goals of his own, and then several players sitting behind on 3 goals. Well, it started off with France edging in front at the bottom, and then Croatia hit back and took the lead, but then France had a good run to open up a 3-goal lead, and it eventually built up to 6 goals. And right at the end, they've managed to hit them with a 4-1 exchange to make sure they go into the break 19-13 up front. We're going to take a break as well, but join us again for the second half. We'll see you in just a few moments. Welcome back to the Arena Zagreb, and an incredible atmosphere in the arena here with 15,000 fans. And the president of Croatia in the audience as well, Kolinda Grabar-Kirakovic. But at half-time, the hosts are trailing 13-19 against France, the world champions. France, who have won 3 European championships, 2006, 2010, 2014, leading here against Croatia, who need at least a point to be sure of a place in the semi-final. They're just about ready. So Croatia throw off the second half of this final match in the main round against France, trailing 13-19. The host nation, who need a point from this match to go through to the semi-final. Defeat here, and it will be Sweden and France who go through from this group. Croatia, one of the most unlucky teams in European Championship history, 7 times semi-finalists, and they have never won it. 3 bronze and 2 silver medals. That's a turnover. They've had plenty of them. The French defense has been imperial. There is no doubt about it. And the fans' reaction says it all. certainly not afraid to turn the wrench, Didier Dinard, as on comes Nicolas Clerc, playing in his first major competition for France, the number 26 in the centre. The Nantes playmaker. Hands off to Remili. Goes all the way through. It won't count. The whistle's gone already before he got there. Too many steps on the way. And a change in goal as Dumoulin has replaced Vincent Gérard. Gérard, who made 4 saves from 17, there he is, 24% save rate, not his high level, but then again, we are up in the 72-73% success rate on the shooting, and that is a penalty. And Claire's appearance on court, scored 1 goal, which they disallowed, went straight round the other side and gets a penalty. Gérard remonstrating with the defence, defending inside as he broke through. And so up steps Guigou this time, scored 1 from 2 in the competition. And puts it wide, and maybe he should have stuck with Mai. Halilovic happy with that, though. And the chance of Mirko ring out across the arena. Third save for him. So Mamic, Sindric, and Stepancic on the far side, who scored 20 in the competition so far, 73%. Pull one back. They've got to play a huge game here, Croatia, to get back in again. Long-range shot. Oh, Remili. 4th goal from 4 attempts for the 22-year-old. Free throw. Mamic earlier scoring his 4th goal from 4 attempts. Remili beats Halilovic while at the other end. Mamic, 23 years of age only. Perfect record. Still, though, France lead by 6. Nicolas Karabatic has returned to the fray in the second half. Sorrento is now in place of Luka Karabatic, holding up the centre of the defence with Dipanda. Musa out and drops back in again as Sindric tries to follow in, but Dipanda comes out and blocks him, and he's going to be off. Is he? Yes. Dipanda gets his marching orders, and that's a problem for France. It's his 2nd one of the game. Got one earlier for a 40 substitution. I did say that can be expensive to go off for that when you're a defence specialist. They're going to have to watch him because that's where he's predominantly used. And he's no slouch in attack, mind you, with 73 goals for France in 47 appearances. The fact is, though, they've got a power play now. Sindric trying to get a bit of resin on the ball. He's got to watch it. 3-second rule. Little acceleration. Saved by Dumoulin. And Guigou wisely looks up and realizes it's not worth rushing. Remili finds Abalo, who's on court now. As Sorrento ambles down the court. France in no rush. The goalkeepers come out as they even things out. Clerc, Remili and Nicolas Karabatic. The young and the old guard. Remili, Clerc, back again. Well, he was looking for the wing, but Abalo had left, and he can't quite make his mind up. Brilliant save by Halilovic. Dumoulin's racing back in again. They've just got him in. Sindric. Mamic. Oh, deflection. Came off Sorrento. And no chance there for Dumoulin, but it'll count as Mamic's goal. You can't have an own goal in handball. 5 from 5. There was the save at the other end. That was beautiful. The Veszprém goalkeeper. And a response at the other end immediate. Sindric celebrating as Mamic scores his 5th. 5 goals. Remili still short-handed, France. Goalkeeper is out. The hand off to Remili. Off the post. Stays out. And it's a throw-in. It may have been touched by Halilovic, but in the process of trying to keep the ball in play, Trupic banged his head on the hoardings, did he? Yes, he touched it. And Trupic, he thought so himself, tries to stop it and crashes into the hoardings. Unlucky for Remili. First missed shot of the game for the 22-year-old from Paris Saint-Germain. Ow. Čupić, who lost a finger on his shooting hand just before the 2009 World Championships. Somehow, though, was straight back into the World Championship team and has gone from strength to strength. Claire, Remili, into the wing. Abalo! Bit of spin. Tries to put it around, and France have dried up a little, and we've got a 2-minute suspension. And so, Abalo misses the shot. That is Lars Geibel. And Moussa is off. Not quite sure if it's something he said or an earlier infringement that the referees let play on. France are just about to get back to full strength. In fact, they are now as Dipanda runs on, while the whole bench seem to be having a word with Moussa to try and work out what he did. It's irrelevant at the point because the goalkeeper's out and Maric has gone into the line instead. Line play plays for Melsungen in the German Bundesliga. Maric, who came in for Buntic in the 4th match of the competition. Sindric, Stepancic, Mamic, who's lost the ball. There's an empty goal. Sorendo didn't even look up. Luckily for him, Guigou was paying attention. And they are paying the price. If it's not a fast break, they're being hit in the empty goal. You now seems to be saying, use your head, as Guigou kept his. And Moussa remonstrating with the crowd. That's not going to help. So France at full strength again. We're coming up to 6 minutes played in the second half. Croatia short-handed, but breakthrough, Stepancic. Opening goal for him from 3 shots. Nicely done by the 27-year-old, of course, his club teammates with the Karabatic brothers at PSG in Paris, and Remili for that matter, Abalo. Claire, Nicolas Karabatic sees the gap, and the old fox lets rip. His value, Karabatic, isn't just with his shooting as he sees the gap there. Goyun slow to move up on him as the fans despair here in Zagreb. It's also that Karabatic has had 2 assists here to add to 24 in the competition. He's just there to help the young players. Croatia have taken out the goalkeeper, not for long. Alilovic is back on again now. Mamic. But they are in trouble here. They are 6 goals down in a match that they need a point from. Dumoulin saves off Sindric. The break is on. Oh, just beyond Guigou. Sindric is free. He wants the ball, but they were slow to give it to him. Remili covers. Čupić takes the shot. Yes, off the post, goes in. 3rd goal for the 31-year-old from Vardar Skopje in Macedonia. Playing his 143rd international for Croatia. Cuts back, Abalo tried to get ahead of him and instead just left the door wide open. Abalo. Nicolas Karabatic to Remili, the cross. Good interception by Goyun. Coming out quickly, met the play early. Claire, Remili, Nicolas Karabatic. Claire, there's no winger on the right-hand side. Abalo's come around. Passive play's been called against them. Hand off. Oh, yes! It won't count. It's a 2-minute suspension, though. A defensive foul was blown just before France scored. Karabatic says, why can't we have the goal? Because it's already blown. And is that 4 passes left? He's saying 4. That seems a lot. I thought he was waving for 2 minutes. Claire. Abalo. He's blocked, and that's going to be another free throw. And they must be running out. That'll make it 2 more passes then, if that was 4 on the last free throw. It goes past the post, nothing given. Nicolas Karabatic underneath Stepancic, but the ball has gone a long way astray, and Alilovic finally reappears with it. Good defense by Croatia on that occasion. to muscle out the French. Sindric, Stepancic, blocked. Remili, Guigou says, I'll have a go. Brilliant play. Somehow, he threaded the ball through the eye of the needle to find Abalo on the line. Look at that, straight through, and they're saying that's an attacking foul. The problem is, I think Strelec was inside the area. And the fans are going through absolute torture here as we have a yellow card on the bench. It's all got a bit too much for Lino Chervar, who's had his moments here, it has to be said, in this competition. Abalo scores his first goal. Just can't quite find the formula here to close the gap quick enough, Croatia. Mamic, so close to being stolen. Stepancic's pass there, his club teammate Nikola Karabatic coming through into the side netting, but that's a penalty. Defending inside the area. Poor old Horvat just can't look. There it is, goes around. And Karabatic steps inside, pushing him anyway all the way. Čupić steps up, faces Dumoulin, who's not saved any from two so far in the competition, and still hasn't. Čupić gets his second penalty of the day, fourth goal overall. With 10 minutes played in the second half, a 5-goal lead for France. Dumoulin, the Nantes goalkeeper, in his third European Championship. Claire, Remili. Nikola Karabatic, Remili! Standing shot, he saw the opportunity and let's rip. 5 goals for him from 6 attempts. Mamic. Kopliar's now come on at right back and has an impact straight away. Second goal for the Fuchs Berlin right back. France take the throw off very quickly. Nikola Karabatic fouled. It's a free throw for France. 11 minutes into the second half. Dipanda's coming off. Claire does a quick head count after the earlier faux pas on the substitutions and then steps on court. So for Nicolas Claire, playing for Nantes, 24 internationals for France, but it's his first major competition with the French team. He's never got into any of the European World or Olympic squads. All his matches have been friendlies or qualifiers. 2-minute suspension for Jakob Boyun. Second of the game for the defence specialist. Another one of the Fuchs Berlin contingent. Played for PSG before moving to Berlin. He's known to his opponents here today, including Abalo, another PSG player, and there's why. Caught him very high around the neck. Čupić pleading to no effect with the German referees. Remili has got a bit of space. He's given it away. Strelec's away. Dumoulin and scores. And Croatia dare to believe as they close the gap to 4. Into the wing. It's got a great pass for Abalo. Luka Karabatic has now come on for Sorrento. And the crowd booing relentlessly every French attack, doing their bit to lift their team and be the 8th player. But Remili, I'm afraid, is not in any party mood for Croatia. It scores his 6th goal. What a find he is, the 22-year-old. 102 goals in 37 attempts as we watch Strelec, though, score at the other end. His 5th goal from 5 attempts. So goalkeepers come out for Croatia while they're still short-handed. Musa, they have paid the price on several occasions now, though, with the empty goal. Sindric, Mamic cuts back again with the right-hander, not really wanting to shoot across his body. Mamic, who plays for Kielce in Poland. 38 goals for them this season in the Polish league. Sindrich. Superb defending by France, and the ball parried away there by Trupic. If nothing else, it stops the French from breaking and runs the clock down a little bit longer. So France come forwards again. They've got 14 seconds or so less now on the power play as Luka Karabatic comes around. Lagarde returns for France, and this time Remini shoots straight into Halilovic. The break is on, and another turnover. A messy pass up court into a flurry of players. And it's Lagarde who emerges from it with the ball. They're trying too hard almost, and there is always a worry with the Croatian team, as that's the 11th turnover for them. But sometimes this 15,000 crowd cannot necessarily be a help. Maybe it's a hindrance when the pressure just builds up to such an extent in this match where they must get a point. Defeat here today will see Croatia most likely finish third in the group, behind Sweden on the small table rule. Remini. Claire, no, he keeps it. Whistle's already gone, you can barely hear in the arena. Too many steps, says the referee. Goyun is back. As Gigu comes in on the line. Big shot. Well saved by Halilovic. Strelec has it. Mamic. Trupic looking for options. Mamic cuts around the outside. Oh, what a goal, but it won't count. He was being fouled anyway, but the referee said you've taken 4 steps, it's a free throw. Remini, relief. We're midway through the second half, and Croatia haven't really been able to close the gap. Just 1 goal more in this second half. 7-6. But that 5-goal lead is still sitting there for France. Mamic cuts, he's got a bit of space. No. Sindrich, he's not got the long-range shot. He really needs to find the gaps at 6 meters to break through. He's just 1.82 m. Sindrich, but what an amazing player he is. The playmaker who plays for Vardar Skopje in Macedonia. Dikamem now is going to replace Remili. You can be pleased with a good day's work. 28 minutes, 6 goals from 8 attempts. As Croatia take out their goalkeeper and try again with his 5-2 attack. Musa Maric. Save, Dumoulin goes out behind, and that is a 4th save for Dumoulin. The Nantes goalkeeper doing his bit here today. 70 internationals for France, Dumoulin. He wasn't in the team last year, of course, that was before Omeyer retired. And so he moved up to work alongside Gérard. Omeyer, who retired along with Daniel Narcisse, another big legend of French handball. And hence, this is the new-look French team coming in. It's a real shame that Fabregas got injured earlier in the season. The line player and great defender. And of course, at left back, they lost Cambrai, Greby, Nyokas, Nguesson. But still, they managed to plug the gap. Nicolas Karabatic, of course, very able to play there. And then Lagarde brought in as a bit of treatment, bit of ice for Dipanda. Dikamem, good block. Comes off to the side, it'll be a throw-in for France. Trupic nearly falling over the hoardings, and you can almost see the frustration is written all over his face. Trupic, who was in that team that lost out to France in the World Championship final in 2009 in this arena. There's a lot of different players for both teams. That goes wide. Halilovic looks up. Strelec's away very quickly. He's got a little bit of space. Dikamem. That's saved, but it's going to be a free throw only. Sindrich is pulled up by Abalou. I'm afraid not too many happy faces on the Croatian bench here. now facing an exit from the semi-finals in their own competition. And it's their bête noire, I'm afraid. France, at the moment, who are leading, with Didier Dinard having been the defender extraordinaire in his day against Croatia. Now, the man who is leading the team and who brings such variety, Dinard. He doesn't have any formulas that he sticks to when it's working. He's constantly evolving with the game, making changes, swapping players around for each occasion. Mandalinic comes back in again, immediate impact. Scored 5 from 8 before this match in just 14 minutes of play. Sindrich drives in, flattens the defence to release him, placed it superbly. And France have changed goalkeeper. Dumoulin, after his 4 saves from 12 attempts, goes out. Gérard is back in again. Little handoff. Claire. Abalo, not a neat handover, had to check himself. Lagarde looks for the line, but there's so many defenders, that was not a good move. Strelec cuts back in and scores! 6 goals for Strelec. And they are closing the gap, slowly but surely. A 3-1 turnaround. In fact, a 4-1 turnaround for this one. has become 25-22, but Luka Karabatic comes to the rescue. His first goal of the game, the PSG line player who came in for Afcourt in the main round. Afcourt, another one of the young players from Montpellier in the team. Mandalinic still looking for the opportunities at left back. Sindrich. Mandalinic again. You mustn't rush the shooting, that's the only danger in these situations, this cauldron-like atmosphere. Luka Karabatic, who went out to France's World Championships on home soil last year in the opening match against Japan, injured in the opening minutes. Heartbreak for him as Fabregas took over centre duties. Still got his medal though, even just for those few minutes of play, while here Mandalinic has gone down. A quick discussion between the German referees, and after debate there, let's see. He will say he made no contact, it was a body check. But there's the slap. Well, take your pick, whether it's him or Lagarde. And the older brother says no, no, no. But that will help. Not one iota. Luka Karabatic is off. And Nico sits down again. They've got to use this well now, Croatia. 4 goals adrift. There's time, but they really, really need to play a huge last 10 minutes here. Mandalinic comes a long way around. Copliar. Copliar again. Takes the shot. Yes, through the legs of the keeper. 3rd goal for Copliar, and the crowd. Suddenly the smiles are back. Copliar. So shoots Berlin. Got his heel on it, but it wasn't enough. The booing gets louder as they're trying to unsettle the team, and it's all the new faces now at the back for France. Nicolas Claire, Mem, Lagarde, and even Tournat on the line. He literally is putting in the new guard. Didier Dinard. Goalkeeper is out. Mem tries to go through. Free throw. He's running the clock down on the suspension. Passive play is going to come soon. It does now. Mem, Claire fumbles the ball. Empty goal. And France, it's a free throw but all they had to do was launch it down into the open goal, and instead Mamic, trying to take it up court, is smothered by the defenders. It wasn't a great pass to him by Musa Mamic. It left him horribly exposed. Čupić having a word with the referee. Well, they've changed their minds. It's a penalty because there was no defender behind on the foul. That's interesting. This could get them back to within 2. Quick discussion. Čupić seemed to have a word as well. He's just trying to stay away from the discussion going on and stay focused. Gerard, who's saved 4 penalties in the competition so far against Čupić. And scores! It could be such an important goal for Croatia. From 6 goals down, they are now back to within 2. Incredible scenes in Zagreb. Took him for pace. Great reaction. Back on goes Tourna. On the line, the 23-year-old. Another one making his debut for France. At a major competition. What a moment to come in for the Nantes line player. Abalo. Mem. And a team timeout has been called by France. It's so noisy in the arena, no one can hear it. Amazing. Play resumes then after the team timeout. France without goalkeeper for the moment. He's back in against Gerard now. Gomes to the line. Mem. And France looking a little untidy all of a sudden. Still in play. Picked up by Cotlea, and suddenly Croatia are very much back in the frame again. 8 minutes to go. And they can salvage their European Championship here in Zagreb. And the chanting is louder than ever. Sindric. Mandalinic at left back. Cotlea on the right side. Sindric, they're back within 1. Third goal for the playmaker, and some spectators look stunned. 3 goals without reply. And off come the new players. And France tried to restore control, but have they taken their foot off the accelerator too much? Mae is back on. Luka Karabatic is back on. But still, Lagarde and Mem, the new generation. Well, he responds well. The 20-year-old from Nantes with his 2nd goal. Brings to an end a 3-goal run by Croatia. Sindric to the line. Good save, Gerard. The ball is still in play. And it's stolen. Lagarde again. Luka Karabatic pulls it back and evens things up. Dipanda comes off and on comes Mae. Brilliant save by Gerard. Rushed forwards, smothered the shot. It's his 5th save. And Dunya can't believe it. Mae teases and comes back again. Mem. May. Oh, through the legs of the keeper, Luka Karabatic, and the May-Luka combination works. And suddenly from 1 goal behind, France open up a 3-goal lead. It's that quick. There's always a danger when you turn the bench a little too much that you lose the momentum, and even when the experienced players come back on again, they still can't get back into their stride. But luckily for France, Gerard made a huge save, and we've had a couple of quick goals. Sindrich, Mandalinic, he got in close enough but hesitated and went back. Cochlear doesn't know and launches his 4th goal. 4 from 5 for the man from Fuchs Berlin. Gardon just wants a word with Dipanda, maybe to try and reset the defense a little. Abalo comes out to help as May goes in on the line. Two on the line. Men, good block. Oh, how unlucky. Luka Karabatic, as Dikamem tried to shoot through, and his shots have been blocked a couple of times now in the last 10 minutes. Croatia are defending for all their work here, and we're into the last 5 minutes of the game. Croatia, a point would be enough to see them through to the semi-finalists. Stolen, Goyun, the break is on. Čupić is begging for the ball, and he's screaming and he's cursing on the far side. Screams at Cochlear. It's too late now. Dipanda returns to the defense and having a word with Abalo on the way in. Maric goes in. Just over 4 minutes for Croatia to salvage their Euro campaign. Mandalinic, Cochlear, Lagarde has got him. Come back again. Sindrich, is he going to take on Mem? He is. It's going to be a free throw. When they've stopped the clock with Sindrich going down. 24-year-old playmaker who scored 22 goals in the competition, 19 assists coming into this match. He's added another 3 today. Marino Maric there. He missed the World Championships last year with a foot injury. Mind you, not a great memory for them, Croatia, at the World Championships in France. They missed out on a medal after getting to the semi-final. Seems to be the story of their lives, finishing 4th. Cochlear, Sindrich tries to go through, solid defending by Dipanda. And the clock is ticking away here with France still leading by 2. Croatia desperate for those 2 goals, a draw. That would be enough. Dinar, cool as a cucumber. France are through anyway, they know that much. Passive play's been called against Croatia. 6 passes. Cochlear, again excellent defense by the 20-year-old Lagarde. 3.5 minutes, Sindrich is working so hard to get it, another free throw. And Dikamem, and a bit of mopping required, and the clock is stopped. This is going at a snail's pace at the moment with every attack. Sindrich is throwing himself into it, trying to find the gaps. Didier Dinard, though, is pacing, showing maybe his nerves more in his pacing than his face, where he's trying to be poker-faced about it. How many passes has he got left? Was that 3? Couldn't quite see from the referee. Sindrich. They really can't have too many passes left. This has been a long one since the arm went up on the referees. Didier Dinard. Almost a goal. Cochlear, good save. Gerard, and France can slow the pace down. 3 minutes remaining and a 2-goal lead. Is France again going to break Croatian hearts? And more so, is it again going to do it in the Zagreb arena?
2.5 minutes to go.
Time is ticking away, France in no hurry. May, Abalo comes around. A goal here would really bring the pressure in. Mem, dummies, releases the ball not very nicely to May, and a passive play call being put. Mem is fouled, he gets a free throw. 6 passes, I think that's 2 done already. 3, Oh, Luka Karabatic, and surely now it's a mountain to climb for Croatia. Time to get the goalkeeper out, maybe. At the moment, Alilovic is propping up his goal post. Sindric, Koplia, Mandalinic. 2 minutes to go. 3 goals needed for Croatia to stay in the semi-finals. Finally, Alilovic comes off and a team timeout is called. I would say that's a little bit late. And I'm afraid for some it's all a little too much. Trupic, who's wincing a little, seems to be carrying an injury. Oh dear.
I kad igramo, odmah riješiti to vrlo brzo, i kad igramo obranu, navuci na probijanje, bez faula igrati. Isto igramo dublje malo, bez faula. Navučimo ih na probijanje ih navučimo, razumiješ? Ajde! Napad vrši, to prije.
Ajde, Stirlek, ostani gore, prekri se, uzmi loptu nekaj. Ajde! Iza svih!
À 7, ils vont passer à 7. Non, Tika, tu vas passer devant. À 7, tu passes devant. Tika passe devant à 7. Les gars, allez, prends l'autre sang. Les gars, reste on va 2 minutes. Tranquille,
There's that last goal. An incredible pass that was though by May. So here we go again. Croatia, who lost just 1 match against Sweden, and that is unfortunately going to prove to be their undoing. Maric, second goal of the game, and they're back within 2, but is there enough time? Surely man-to-man marking. Trupic is yelling from the far side. Come up, don't just sit back, we haven't got time. We need 2 goals. Only half the team seem to be responding. They don't really seem to know what defense they want anymore. Is it set or is it individual? Men, well, they pay the price for complete lack of understanding, but that won't be a given. Team timeout for France just before that was taken. But France will keep possession.
On change Mika pour Raph. On fait F avec Tika qui revient au centre. Non, j'ai F avec Tika qui revient. On sort comme les malades. On essaie de voir ce qui se passe, tu reviens. On se fait attraper, les gars. Les gars, le centre. Deuxième temps, tu refais ce que t'as fait. Écarte le centre. Repris, pas 2 minutes. Repris, pas 2 minutes. Allez, repris, on a repris, hein.
Attention les gars, hein. Faites pas défoncer si moi qui sont... Un match nul, on est premier. Un match nul, on est premier. Allez, gars.
Igramo, 3-3, igra, ti igraš.
Moramo pokreći da nas šute, Mirko!
Ne, 3-3 igramo.
Jedna minuta,
Ej, slušaj dalje. Slušajte dalje. Nema veze, čim oni daju loptu, 3-3 igramo, znači ti igraš jedan, ti igraš drugi, a ti igraš treći. Ej, i samo će ga na probijanje, ne faulove raditi. Probijanje, pod njega se podmeta.
Play resumes then after the team timeout for France. 2 apiece now, men comes out, and it's, if anything, given a chance for the Croatians to decide what type of defence they wanted. Men straight through, but it's a clip off the heel of Alilovic, and it stays out. We still have just over a minute. Could they get the draw here? Sindric, it's a free throw. He needed to get on the end of that Musa because time is against them. They have stopped the clock, though. And also they've managed to decide that they are taking out the goalkeeper. As we see, Alilovic has saved there. I think he just got a heel on it, flipped it onto the post. And if that had connected and he'd scored, they would have still had a minute to try and level things. They're not dead yet, Croatia. 55 seconds, they need 2 goals. And that could well be it. Dikamem goes the other way, Dipanda. Maric is chasing as they go individual. Mai dummies to the middle, then runs forward. Finds Abalo at the back, who's going to stay behind and be available. Gigu.
30 seconds to go.
And into the line. If that goes in, it's all over, surely. And May with his 5th goal, a 3-goal lead, and Croatia I'm afraid, are out. May, job done, sits on the bench, and they will never get the 3 goals they need in the 15 seconds. The pup has gone out of the attack for Croatia. A brave fight. They got right back onto the back of the French, 25-26, but then France reacted, and that is it. France have won, and they are confirmed at the top of the group, the only team with a 100% record for Croatia. Brave as it was, they have just fallen at the last hurdle and will not make it to the semi-final. It will be Sweden who go through. And France, what a performance here today as they turn the bench. The final result then in Zagreb, France 30, Croatia 27. Disappointment for Croatia. Just one defeat, but unfortunately, coming into this match, an expensive one against Sweden. And then France again, their nemesis at the end. Nikola Karabatic used sparingly in the end for 30 minutes for his 2 goals and his 2 assists. The club teammates there. So for Croatia, they will need to regroup. They may well get to play the 5th place playoff on Friday, but that will be scant consolation as France celebrates another win. Their 14th win over Croatia in 23 encounters. They won at the last European Championships in Poland 2 years ago, and 2 years before that in Denmark as well, as they went on to win the title on that occasion. For Croatia, their fans have been superb. 15,000 have lifted them through this game. But for Luka Karabatic and his players, the defence for France was superb. And even when the youngsters came on, Mem, Claire, they managed to keep the momentum going. And when it got wrong, Mae came on and resumed service for them. Čupić, though, wins the Man of the Match award. 5 from 5, including 3 penalties. But you'll have a struggle to get a big smile out of him. This match meant so much to Croatia, who needed a draw. They needed at least a point, and they didn't get it. Vori used very sparingly the captain who took over the armband after the injury to Dunjak, and I'm afraid it will not be a memorable campaign as we see some of Čupic's big moments in the game. And Horvat. Sadness all round. It is always a shame when the host nation isn't there in the last 4. The fans, some tears for some of them. Understandable. They had such high expectations. Losing Dunjak on the opening day was a huge blow for Croatia, and they've struggled to recover from that. But France, the new generation, after the retirements of Narcisse and Omeyer, are still there, and they are back at the top again. There seems to be no holding them back. They leave the court with high fives to the entire staff of the French team. Croatia falling 3 goals short of a place in the semi-final against a French team who weathered the storm here with 15,000 baying supporters. It was an incredible atmosphere. And as France leave, the Croatian fans have gone over to thank their supporters. But it's the French fans, the little pocket in the corner, who will not want to be moved. And they're being thanked as well. And the Croatians, sportingly, stretching their hands out to the French team as well. Well, all credit to them, Croatia, because it was a big blow to lose Dunjak. It had enough injury problems before. Afraid in goal, it was still a problem. Stevanovic just 1 save. Halilovic 7 from 26. Just wasn't quite enough in the end. Musa, who played a big competition. This is how it looks then at the end. France top with a maximum 10 points. Sweden, Croatia, Norway all on 6 points, but Sweden finish ahead of the Croatians on the basis of what we call a small table when you recalculate the result between those 3 teams. and that is why Croatia will play off for the 5th place on Friday. Scant consolation. It is France and Sweden who go through to the semi-finals. In the end, France scoring off 61% of their shots. At the end, Croatia were doing better with 65, but by then they had a mountain to climb. The French, though, more effective on the attacks. 11 to 8 turnovers, and although they managed 3 fast breaks, Croatia in the match, France scored 8 with quite a few open goal shots down the end, and 5 suspensions for France, 3 for Croatia. France are always able to maintain the momentum. The top scorers in the game, well, it was Strelec for Croatia with 6, while Čupić and Mamić got 5 apiece. Čupić, of course, man of the match. Remili top scored for the French with 6 goals of his own. May on 5. Did a great job, came back in cold when things were stumbling for France, and immediately got their attack going again to get them back in front after Croatia closed to within 1. And this is the story. A middle period when things died down, then Croatia came storming back at the top towards the end there, before France steadied things, courtesy of May and Luka Karabatic. So in the end, France win 30-27. They are in the semi-final, top of the group. Hope you've enjoyed the game. But for now, from me, Paul Bray, good night.
Thank you.